So every scam either points to a real problem and offers a fake solution, or in some cases they actually create a fake and imaginary problem and then sell you on a fake solution for that problem. So it's a whole snake oil idea, obesity drugs, fake cancer cures. So those are real problems, fake solutions. Now the Iran scam can be easily seen if you consider two things. First of all, consider the results of their solution. Their solution is not creating a better situation for the Iranian people. They are killing a lot of Iranian people. They are bombing hospitals, bombing schools, causing a lot of damage to their infrastructure. So the solution is worse than the problem that they are claiming to fix. There is a real problem there. Basically, the clothing police that are insisting on a particular garb for women. Women are protesting it. Women have been put to death for refusing to go along with those clothing restrictions. Real problem. But the solution that is being offered to them is being worse than what the proposed problem actually is. The first solution will be a diplomatic solution. So consider that the war is costing $1 billion a day. The USA has a $1 trillion military and they're asking for an extra $200 billion to fund this war. And that $200 billion would probably only fund it for an extra 7 months. Now let's say we would take that $200 billion and offer a diplomatic solution. So which would be, if Iran would, this is just the first of two possibilities. So if Iran would agree to repeal those clothing restrictions and allow people to have freedom in this regard, then the USA could agree, we will give you $2 billion per year for 100 years. Then after that 100 years, that would equal the $200 billion spent on 7 months of death and destruction. So when it's saying, look, we'll actually help you and benefit you if you're willing to allow the people in your country to have clothing freedom and to not kill people who are protesting in this regard. Okay, now let's consider they don't take that offer, which I don't expect they probably would. There is another option, is that the US could use that $200 billion to support refugees. There are 11 million people in Iran, and most of them are Muslim, but let's consider, what if there's 1 million people who want to get out and want to have clothing freedom? Now, if you would take those 1 million people and move them into the United States, $200 billion could be significant funding and resources for them for their entire lives. And that's without even considering that immigrants, refugees typically contribute more to the economy than they're actually pulling out of the economy. Now, of course, there's a lot of racists inside the United States who wouldn't want that and would be opposed to that, even if it would be just a funding switch from funding war to funding refugees, just because they're antagonistic. But so another option would be, is we would be supportive of refugees going into other third world countries. Could be other Muslim countries that support clothing diversity, or it could be Africa, could be Colombia, could be Cuba if the States wasn't starving it right now, could be the Dominican Republic, could be Haiti. If you would take that $200 billion, fund it into US aid to actually support these people becoming refugees in other countries, make negotiations with those other countries, that support could give significant lifetime support for 8 million people. So rather than death and destruction and bombing them, it could actually be helping people. And this would not only help people, the rest of the world could actually respect that. The rest of the world can't respect what the USA is doing right now. It's morally, and for the world, it's a horrible situation. It has a horrible cost associated with it. And it's just simply evil, and it's going to create more antagonism and more opposition to the United States than taking a benevolent or caring solution and trying to move forward with that.